What is up? Happy Thursday. We have Curtsy today. Version number 1 is 3 minutes on, 1 minute off for 5 rounds of 21 alternating jumping wall or knee push-ups, 6 reverse burpees, and then max broad jump in the remaining time of the 3 minutes. Okay, so alternating jumping lunges. Just make sure that you get that front leg out far enough so that that front leg is at 90 degrees and your knee isn't driving too far over your toe, right? And then we're just hopping and sending the other leg out in front every single time. Try to tap your knee on the ground, don't slam your knee. Then we have 15 wall or knee push-ups. If you're doing it on the wall, your hands are just going to be on the wall, and the farther you walk your feet out, the harder it's going to be. Make sure that you keep your elbows nice and tight to the body the entire time. If you're doing them on your knees, make sure that you drive your shoulders over your hands flat, keeping those elbows nice and tight the entire time, touching our chest and nose to the ground, and then pushing back up. So, for reverse burpees, basically, you're just doing a sit-up and standing up every single time, if you can, okay? You're gonna roll onto your upper back, and then we're hopping up onto our feet every single rep. If you're like, no way, okay? Then you can do essentially a sit-up, and then go ahead and just step up and clap your hands over your feet, over your head. If you're like, yeah, knees aren't going to allow for that, then you can just do 9 sit-ups, okay? And then we have max broad jump in the remaining time. It is 4 feet for the men, 3 feet for the women, but just jump as far as you can, honestly. Then you're gonna have your feet right under your hips, use your arms and your hips as momentum, and jump out as far as you can in the remaining time of the 3 minutes. Version number 2. We are changing up 2 things. The simple change is we are now doing 9 reverse burpees instead of 6. Okay? The second change is now instead of wall or knee push-ups, we are doing 15 clapping or regular push-ups. So regular push-ups first and foremost. You're going to have your shoulders over your hands, knees off the ground. We're keeping our body nice and straight the entire chest and nose to the ground, and then pushing back up. Okay? Now, clapping push-ups. This is where you're going to explode off the ground and you're clapping your hands together every single rep. All right, so version number 3, we have one change from version number 2 to version number 3. It is still 21, 15, 9, except now instead of 15 clapping push-ups or regular push-ups, we're doing 15 single arm dumbbell floor press. These are alternating if possible. Okay? If you're like, hey, that's 8 and 7, like that's not equal on each arm, then do 8 and 8. Okay? You need one dumbbell. You're going to go ahead and lie your back on the ground and get your heels as close to your butt as possible. You are bringing your elbow down to the ground so that your arm is almost at 90 degrees. Notice that the dumbbell is nowhere near my shoulder, right? It's down by like the bottom of my rib cage, and all I'm doing is I'm pressing up, and then I'm going to switch hands and floor press with the other arm. Do work.